Welcome back, dear students. Okay, so here I have come with another episode on biology. The first part in CBSE syllabus, that is what the life process. Okay, so if you missed my previous two episodes, you can subscribe my channel and you can see the episodes. Now the thing is that I have already discussed what is photosynthesis, autotrophic nutrition, the photosynthesis, what is the role of what are the role of chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, water and sunlight in photosynthesis process, and the human digestion I just have started, and I discussed about the nutrition of amoeba also, So human digestion in the previous episode I have discussed, the digestion process, inside our mouth, So how many type of teeth are there? And salivary gland will secrete the saliva, in our tongue. And what is the role of saliva, and why we feel a little bit sweet in taste if we chew the boiled starch for some time, why it's so, that I have already explained. So now let us move to the next topic, that is what? After we swallow the food, then what happens, So after we swallow the food, then what will happen? After we swallow the food, then what? Then the food will enter into the food tube. That is known as esophagus. Esophagus or food tube. Food tube that I already discussed. And the wall of the food tube will contract and expand. Simultaneously. Then what will happen? It will give a pressure on the food and it will go down, and that part will be expanded, and again it will be contract and the food will go down more. So this type of movement of the food inside the esophagus is known as peristalsis movement. That also I have discussed, the peristalsis movement. So after that, the food will enter inside what? The food will enter inside stomach. The food will enter inside stomach. The J-shaped portions, it's a J-shaped portions that is known as the stomach. So what will happen in the stomach? Inside the stomach there is no carbohydrate enzymes are present. So carbohydrate food, whatever a little bit digest was taken place inside the mouth, the boiled starch, that is enough. Now here in the stomach, no carbohydrate enzymes are present. So carbohydrate type of foods will not be digested inside our stomach. So what will be there? So inside the stomach it will secrete what? HCl. So HCl will be secreted from oxygenating gland. Oxygenating gland is there inside the stomach. So HCl acid, hydrochloric acid will be secreted, and pepsin, will be secreted from peptic gland. And obviously some mucus will be secreted. So that will be the thing that will happen inside our stomach. So first, the oxygenating, so the mucus is there. What is the function of the mucus? What is the function of mucus actually? Mucus will protect our wall of the stomach from the action of HCl acid. From the action of HCl acid. That is the function of mucus. Mucus will put a layer on the wall of the pancreas. So what will it will prevent the acid to touch directly with the wall of the pancreas, wall of the stomach. So otherwise what will happen? The acid can also affect on the wall of the stomach, and we have to suffer. So ulcer may form. So to prevent that, the mucus is there inside the stomach, which will protect our wall of the stomach with the HCl acid. HCl acid is also secreted inside the stomach from oxygenating gland. Now this is the function of the mucus. Another function of mucus is mucus also make the food slippery. Okay. Now what is the function of HCl? Function of HCl. Okay. What is the function of HCl? Hydrochloric acid. First, whatever the microorganisms we already swallowed with as a mixture of the food, the harmful microorganisms, okay, via the bacteria, the fungus, okay, that are already swallowed with the food. So that microorganisms will be killed by the acid. Okay. So what will happen? It will kill the microorganisms. Okay. So that is the one function of the HCl acid. It will kill the microorganisms. Okay, that already we swallowed along with the food. Okay, so it will protect us. Okay, from the harmful microorganisms. Okay, and number 2. Okay, so this is the main function of HCl. Okay, so it will kill the microorganisms. Okay, and it will make the food acidic. Okay, it will make the food acidic. Okay, so also the HCl will mix with the food and it will make the food acidic. Okay, now what is the function of pepsin? Pepsin that will be secreted from the peptic gland inside our stomach. Okay, the pepsin. What is the function of pepsin? Pepsin is a proteolytic enzyme. That means it will help to digest protein. So a little bit digestion of protein will take place. So pepsin will convert the complex protein molecule into a simpler protein molecule. Okay. So that the next level of digestion in the small intestine, all the enzymes are available. Proteolytic, lipolytic, and amylolytic enzymes are available. Okay, over there. So the complete digestion process will be there. Okay. So after this, what are the things here? After the action of all this, okay, the mucus and the acid will mix with the food, okay, and the pepsin will convert the complex protein molecule into a simpler form, okay. Not complete digestion was taken place. Now this is actually the incidents that will happen inside our stomach, okay. So I am repeating once again. Inside our stomach, okay, when we swallowed the food, okay, through esophagus, through peristaltic movement, the food will enter inside our stomach. Inside our stomach, what will happen? The mucus are there that will protect the wall of the stomach from the acidic action of HCl. Now the HCl will kill the bacteria and funguses or any other microorganism that will swallow with the food, and it will mix with the food and make the food acidic. Okay, and that portion is known as pepsin. The proteolytic enzyme pepsin, it will break the complex protein molecule and convert it into the simple molecules. Okay, so this incident happened inside our stomach. Clear? And the semi-digested food is not fully digested. Semi-digested food which will enter into duodenum part of small intestine. This is known as chyme. Okay, this is known as chyme. Okay, what is chyme? So very important questions for the board exam also. What is chyme? So it's semi or partly digested food. Okay, that enters from the stomach and that comes from the stomach and enters into the small intestine. Okay, duodenum part. Okay, small intestine have three parts. Okay, so duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. So next, after, so if I draw a flow chart, then the process is like this. So first is what? Mouth. mouth, then the food will enter into esophagus. Esophagus, then through peristalsis movement. Peristalsis movement, it will enter into the stomach. There, what happened? Mucus, then HCl and pepsin. Okay. Then after stomach, what happened? It will enter in a small intestine. Okay. Small intestine. So small intestine have three parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Okay, these three parts are there in small intestine. Okay, so small intestine, actually the complete digestion of food will take place. After that, no enzymes are available. Okay, so in the small intestine, the complete digestion of three type of foods. What are the three type of food? Carbohydrate, protein, and fat. The complete digestion of the three type of foods will take place in small intestine. Now I will discuss how it takes place. How it takes place in small intestine. So first, in the duodenum part, what will happen? Some secretions, okay, from different glands like liver, pancreas, that will come and mixed with the food, okay, to help in digestion process or to digest the food completely. Okay, so the secretions from the different glands that will come and mixed with the food that comes, the semi-digested or partially digested food that come from where? From stomach. Okay, now first function is liver. Okay, the liver is also known as biological laboratory of our body. Liver is also known as biological laboratory of our body. So liver will secrete bile. Okay, liver will secrete bile, and that bile will be partially stored or temporarily stored in gallbladder. Okay, so the liver will secrete bile and the bile will temporarily stored inside gallbladder. So when the food will come, okay, the kind that will come, okay, inside the small intestine or duodenum, then what will happen? The bile will mix with food. So what is the function of bile? So what will be the function of bile? Okay, so the bile, basically, what is the food is coming from the stomach? It is acidic in nature because HCl is mixed. Now it will neutralize the food. Acidic nature, it will be neutralized because bile is alkaline. Okay, two type of salts are there: sodium glycocolate, sodium terephthalate. Okay, so two type of salts are mixed with the biles. So it will first neutralize the food and make the food a little bit alkaline. Okay, so acidic food will not be there now. The acid property of the HCl will be neutralized, okay, by the action of the bile, as well as the food will be a little bit alkaline. Okay, and also the bile, okay, will when the fat type of foods are there, okay, so the bile will break the complex molecules of the fat, and one platform it will prepare for the enzyme lipase. Okay, enzyme lipase, so that it can digest the fat materials, okay, of the fat type of food into fatty acid and glycerol. Okay, So fat type of so lipase will react with the fat. It is a physiologic enzyme, but the action of lipase will be easier when the bile will act on the fat molecule and make it into a simpler molecule, so that the lipase can react on it, okay, and convert the fat into fatty acids and glycerol. Okay, so there is the two functions of bile. Okay, so bile, from where the bile is secreting? The bile is secreting from our liver, where it is stored temporarily. It is stored temporarily in our gallbladder. Okay, and when it is mixed with the food, first function is to make the food a little bit alkaline after neutralizing the acidic food. Okay, because the food which is coming from stomach is acidic in nature, and also the bile salt is there, sodium charcoalate and sodium glycocolate. Okay, so bile salt is there, that will help the fat type of food, okay, to convert into a simpler molecule, so that the effect of or the function of lipase, okay, will be easier, and it can convert the fat type of food into fatty acid and glycerol. So fatty acid and glycerol is the simple form of fat which can be absorbed by our body. Okay, so next again, the pancreas gland secretes one main enzyme. There are different type of enzymes of secreting from secretion takes place. So that is known as pancreatic amylase. Pancreatic amylase. Okay, so that is the main enzyme which can digest the carbohydrate type of foods, okay, into glucose, fructose and galactose. That means in monosaccharides. Okay, so carbohydrate type of food, that the main enzyme is pancreatic amylase. Okay, so that will be that is coming from the pancreas. This secretion comes from the pancreas gland. Okay, it will be inside the pancreas juice. Okay, that will mix with the food and this enzyme. So actually, there is a custom. Okay, so after birth of the baby, we don't allow the baby to take much amount of carbohydrate. Okay, the rice or rotis or something like that. Okay, why? Because to generate this pancreatic amylase, okay, this enzyme, it needs at least 5 to 6 months for a baby. Okay, so that it starts secreting these hormones. Okay, these enzymes. Okay, to digest the main carbohydrate type of food. Okay, that's why before 6 months of age, okay, it is not advised to give the carbohydrate type of foods, okay, just like rice or any others, okay, to the newborn baby. Okay, so because due to the absence, okay, or very little amount of pancreatic amylase are present. Okay, so that is the reason. Okay, now there is pepsin, trypsin, ellipsin. Okay, this type of proteolytic enzymes are there. Okay, that is also available inside the small intestine, and which will convert the protein molecules into amino acid. Okay, so after complete digestion, what will happen? The carbohydrate will become into glucose or fructose or galactose. Okay, the protein will become into amino acid, and fat will become into fatty acid and glycerol. Okay, so these are the simple absorbable form of the food from this complex form of food. Okay, after digestion, these will be produced. Clear? So in the duodenum part, okay, so in jejulum and ileum, there actually absorption of food occurs. The absorption of this simple form of food. Okay. So there is a finger-like projection. Okay, there is a finger-like projections are there. Okay, which can absorb no fat, the carbohydrate and protein, simple form. This one and this one. Okay, can be absorbed by that finger-like projection, which is known as villi. Okay, so which is known as villi. Okay, so villi can absorb carbohydrate and protein type of food. Carbohydrate in form of glucose, fructose, galactose, and protein in form of amino acid. So that will be absorbed in through the villi, and villi contains a huge amount of blood vessels, and blood vessels contains the blood. So this simple form of food will enter inside our blood. Okay, where? At villi. Okay, or villus. Villus is the singular form, villi is the plural form. So that will enter, the simple form of food will enter. Now what about this? That will be absorbed by another place, that is known as lacuna. Okay, that is also in small intestine, lacuna. So the fat will be absorbed. Okay, fatty acid and glycerol will be absorbed to lacuna, and that part is also full of the blood vessel, and that will enter inside the blood. Clear? So that means what? The absorption of food already occurs. The digested food, okay, occurs in small intestine. The simple form of protein, the amino acid, that will be absorbed through villi, and the simple form of carbohydrate is glucose, fructose, galactose, that will also be absorbed through villi, and simple form of fat is what? Fatty acid and glycerol, that will be absorbed through lacuna. Okay. Now, what happened to large intestine? The coil-like part. Okay, you can see the diagram. The coil-like part inside our stomach. This part. This is the coil-like part. Okay. So this is known as what? Large intestine. Okay. So the undigested food. The undigested food from the complete digested food inside the small intestine is known as chyle. Okay. What is chyle? The complete digested food inside small intestine. Okay, so that is known as chyle. Clear? Now the undigested food which is not digested, okay, that will enter in the large intestine. Okay, so the undigested food will enter in the large intestine. There the absorption of water and salt will take place. Okay, it will absorb the water and salt from that food. Again, what will happen then? The food will become into solid. The food will become into undigested part, or the food will become into solid part, and there are some bacterial actions on this. Okay, and it will convert into stool. Okay, and then to anus it will come out. Okay, from the body. Okay, so this is the process, okay, of digestion, as well as the undigested food will come out through the body, okay, through the rectum. Okay, and the sphincter muscles is there which can control the flow of stool from the body. Okay, now the absorption of food happened in the small intestine, and it enters in the blood, the simple form of food. The blood will come, and the simple form of food will be transmitted to lymph. It will be the blood will transmit the food all over our body, and when it tries to enter in the cell, then from blood the materials will come to the lymph, and from lymph it will enter inside the cell. The absorbed part of simple food will enter in our cell. Okay, so what is the function of lymph then? Okay, lymph is just like for your understanding, is a bridge between the blood and the cell. Okay, suppose I want to shift some materials, okay, or deliver some materials, okay, in a town. Then what will happen? Suppose the truck is there, I have hired a truck, and the truck is carrying the goods but there is a river, no bridge is there, okay, and the other side the city, I have to ship the goods on the other side of the river. Then what is the option? The boat. I have to hire the boat. I have to put all the goods in the boat. The boat will carry the goods on the other side of the river. Okay. So just like boat, the same function is here. The lymph is doing. Okay. So I will discuss in detail. So when I will discuss about the blood and the lymphatic system. Okay. Human heart, everything. Okay. So now, so this is how. Okay. The transmission of the food takes place from blood. It will go to lymph. From lymph it will go inside the cell, and inside the cell during respiration process the food will be burnt, okay, and it will release the energy which is required for the cell division and for all type of work for a plant or animals, okay. So and for us also, for human also. So next day I will discuss in detail about the respiration, and slowly and step by step we will move ahead. So hope this episode you understand it, and if you have any problem on any queries, you write in the comments, okay, and if you also want the notes, then subscribe my channel and give your mail ID. I will provide the notes in free of cost, okay. So see you next. Thank you.